Hello, dear friends! You have a very special treat today because today the incredible Tamashima is coming to get coached. And I say that because she's just an incredible human, one of my best friends, and I think one of my first coaching clients. So I am super excited to have her on today because she is starting her own coaching business and it's amazing. Also, if any, and Grace, I'll bring you on in just a second. A heads up for next week, I am out of town. I'm going to the 200K Mastermind, which is going to be super fun. So I'm going to be out of town getting some business coaching so I can come back on here and be an even better coach for all of you guys. So I'm really excited for that, and I cannot wait to see you guys soon. So with that being said, Grace Hamashima, let's do this, lady. And I actually got a virtual keyboard so that way my typing will hopefully, or a Bluetooth keyboard, so hopefully my typing won't be as aggressive on the Zoom. Hi!
Hello,
How
hello.
is my girl? I miss you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning. Also, if anyone doesn't know, Grace has like one of the most incredible voices in the whole world. And why don't you tell the people what you do?
Hello, everyone. I'm a professional actor, singer, dancer in New York City. And now Megan mentioned I'm starting like my own life coach business. But I want to help other performers as well because this industry is so up and down sometimes with your emotions, and a lot is left out of your control when you're in audition season, when you're trying to book an agent, when you're trying to book a job. So that's what I do, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. And Megan, oh my God, I've been like raving about Megan this entire time. And I sound kind of like a broken record because I'm always like, Megan, 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 Megan. But really, changed because of coaching and because of Megan. So that's literally, is the truth. It's all that I can say is the truth.
I love it. And I am just so excited to help you build this business because, like, that's why I do what I do now. Because, like, you and I both experience, like, absolutely, like, complete life altering experiences with coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can help more coaches get out into the world, then that means other people are going to experience, like, the other amazing parts of coaching. So it's like really the best of, like, all the worlds.
Yes.
So excited to have you on today. And I want to know, what are you looking for coaching on? I can help you with anything that you're looking in your business. We did not talk about this before.
We did not what?
We didn't talk about like exactly what you wanted to coach on beforehand. So bring it all.
Well, let's see. I mean, I think I need, it's interesting because I'm like, I only have like how do I say this? I'm working kind of slowly with building up clients because I think
totally
like I'm trying to work like super close with the clients I have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not like putting anything out there because I'm like, oh, I want to make sure what I'm doing is like good, like working. But I think that's like a lot of time too. And yeah, I guess I'm just kind of like wondering also like how
to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do what I did with my the last coaching client that I had on here. We Kelly, and you'll see what we did together. We built her program, and I think it's really hard to talk about a business that you don't have a clear program for. Like, it's like, what am I teaching? What am I talking about with the people? What am I like? How do I do a consult? How do I do like when I'm delivering? I know that you know my process for delivering to clients, but like, I think that like by creating some sort of a program, and I'm going to send this to you, I think it could be really, really helpful for you to like just see how easy it would be to get yourself maybe out there, unless you might need some coaching around just putting yourself out there, even with like an amazing program. And we can talk about four pillars another time.
Yeah. And I also like, I had mentioned to you, and I want to go into like this because that's perfect for me, but I had mentioned to you on like how not to like take on your clients. Like, does that sound weird though? Because you're just like, I want
No.
you to do well. And like, if it's weird because if your clients are like super, super like, my life is the best life all the
Yeah.
time, like, I have failed as a coach. I have failed you. Like, I'm failing. Oh no,
Well, and
you're not.
imagine, okay, but like just an alternate perspective. Imagine if people were coming to you and they were like, "Yeah, my life is great. Like everything is going amazing."
That's true.
Would you have anything to coach
You're
on?
just like,
Why are we here?
oh,
You know
that's,
what I mean?
that's
There's
so true.
just like a little tidbit for but it does happen for everyone. And when you have clients, like, so there are two different, like the situation. I experienced this yesterday, so like I literally felt like my group was I felt like my content was moving too fast for my group. I'm actually debating changing the pace of it because it's just a lot fast, and I'm like, do I take things out, or do I help like help them adjust? Did I sell to like, I don't know. There's just like a lot going on in my head because I saw the like just but from like everybody, and I'm like, okay, so that's a sign that I need to adjust things as a coach. But for you, when your client isn't getting results and things like, they're not getting results, it's not they're not getting results, but they're not getting them in the speed they want, or they're just feeling negative emotion. What the coaching program with the life coach school, what they said is like, I want you to imagine that like your client is in a pool and they're drowning in their emotions. They're not actually drowning. Your client is fine, but they feel like it's a life-threatening thing. Now, if you, instead of being like, hey, you've got this, you can swim, you can do this, like instead of like being like, here's a life raft, here's this, imagine like you get in there with them and you're like, it might also be bad. And also like, I don't know if I can help you. And also, oh my God, like then when you are in the emotional pool with them, you can't hold the space as like the lifeguard to be like actually protecting their life or as their life coach kind of in that way. Because there is no emotional danger to her. Like within coaching, there are people who are going to get results in different paces and things like that. But if you can stay on the outside of the pool and be like, hey, like you've got this. Like I want you to imagine like you being there for her and being like, I know how it feels. Trust me, I went through this. I had to coach myself all the time. And I know you're going to get through it because if I could get through it, I know you can get through it too.
Yeah.
Versus being like, okay, well, let's work through this. Let's get through it. Like,
Yeah.
you know how like the difference of like, like
yeah, nobody wants a panicky coach. That's why you go to coaching.
But also don't judge yourself. Like this is like your first year in this business, and I did that shit all the time. Yesterday I was doing that shit, and I was like, oh my God, like I hope I'm helping, and just like
That's awesome.
no, that's very normal, and it also like it will ease up over time, and then you'll go to another phase of your business maybe, and then it'll happen again, like what's happening for me. And actually, even on 2 Tuesdays beforehand, like a client was just in a really dark space, and I was holding space for them, but like literally after the call I was like just a one-on-one client, like still I'm 2.5 years into my business, and I went to Rob and I was like, I don't know if I'm helping her, and I think that I failed her, and I'm not a good coach, and I think I should just quit all and work for Apple. This was 2 weeks ago. So it's very normal, like completely normal thing, and just remind yourself like, no, I'm helping them, even if like no matter what you were up, her life is 1,000,000% better than if she wasn't working with you either. So, so that's that. The other thing I was gonna say, the emotional pool. I had another thing. That's it. Do you have any other questions and things like that?
I guess like really just because in terms of like coaching, is it more like based on like me moving forward with my coaching, or just
yes.
like yeah?
I thought I had something else, but yeah. So like now, like the thing is, I think that in it very quickly we could craft this really amazing program for you.
Cool.
That would be so cool for people to work with you.
Okay.
But especially if you're in a stage where like your clients might not be getting results very quickly, it can keep you, you can be like, well, I don't know if I want to bring more people in because this doesn't feel very good. And I don't feel like the aha moments that are like the best moments ever when your clients have them. If you're not having those, it could be like, do I even want to build this? Like, I always wanted to see if there was any of that in there.
We're having like definitely like good aha moments with like emotional and thought work for sure. Definitely like help. I feel like I'm helping. Yeah, I
Okay.
feel good, but
It's ready to,
it's
yeah,
like
which
making
was the best.
a leap to like invite more people in, or like
Mm-hmm.
making a big post of like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's scary.
Tell me why.
Um, because I'm like worried I don't have enough like, I guess what you're saying is true. Like I'm having a lot of good aha moments, but I haven't been with like my clients long enough to be like, let's take on more and like make like a big profile,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
What? Mm-hmm.
I'm like worried I'm not like good enough.
Mm-hmm. So there are two things. The first thing is with your not feeling like you're good enough, I want to offer you something. It's good news and it's bad news. I'm going to give you the bad news first. The bad news is the good enough thing, the thing that you don't really just like get over.
Yeah.
I wish it was. I wish there was like an instance where you're like, oh my God, I totally feel good enough to be a coach. And this is amazing. And like, there's no negative feelings, worthiness things ever. I still am dealing with that. And I started a group and like all this stuff and charging people a lot of money because I know what I have is the value that I have to give. It's not about me as like a coach, even. It's just like my value of my experience is too much that I can't not give it to people. Like for me, I'm like, especially with like starting the bit, like for the, because one-on-one it was a little bit different, but like for the group, I was like, I have learned so much about business. I have spent well over 100K just on business coaching, and I know how to do it now. I was like, I've got the formula. I know exactly how to, if someone doesn't have a coaching business, I can take them 6 months to coaching business in no time. Like I'm so confident about that.
Yeah.
Do I feel like I'm good enough to call myself a group coach? No. Do I feel like I was good enough to like call myself a business coach? I didn't have any business experience. Like I was not, don't have an MBA, don't have anything like that at all. But I was like, what I have is too important to hold myself back, become like an enoughness thing that probably will never go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like think about like all of the actors and actresses that don't know what you know.
Yeah.
Like even just the like literally just the model. They have no idea that their thoughts are creating their feelings. They think that when they get rejected from an audition, that they feel horrible like, because they're
yeah they attack themselves. Yeah.
And can you think about like how much more fun as a fellow performer you would have with other people who also know how to manage their minds?
Yeah.
Because if you're
absolutely
just surrounded by people who have no idea how to manage their minds, it can feel like insane. Like it's like you're literally like crying to me, and like there's no reason for you to be upset about this. Like you're making this mean so much negative stuff about you. Literally your own experience as a performer would be even better, I think, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
So that's how I kind of got over that. Like I was like, yeah, I haven't been in it long enough. I wasn't even certified, and you're not certified. It doesn't matter. Like I was like, I just have experienced enough shifts in my own life to make a difference in someone else's.
Yeah.
And charge for it.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, like, and like you, like what we were saying about like charging for it before. It's like, I want you to think about like your, like this is a little woo, but this is something that like
I love woo.
Okay, so I want you to think about like the energy that you're giving someone, like the energetic feeling of like after you leave a coaching call. Like you know how like you always just like usually most of the time you feel better. Like and sometimes you don't.
I always feel really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The energy levels, right? It just feels really good. And that's, as a coach, you're giving that to your clients, like always. Like even if they don't leave the call, like they are experiencing a serious energetic shift in their life. Like she's having breakthroughs, she's having realizations that like they might not be taking right now,
Yeah.
but they will. Like, I mean, like it could take years for her to realize, like, oh my God, what Grace said has changed my life. And now, like, doesn't she, or your clients might be like, I don't know about all of your clients, but like they might have like families in the future. They might have, it's like, that's going to create a ripple effect in energy for their lives forever. It even just like with their parents, with things like that, like that energetic shift is huge. Like that's like just a big thing that you're giving to the world, right?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
If you think about your energy, that energy level that you're shifting is a current, right?
Mm-hmm.
Energetic currents. So you can think about the energetic currency that you're giving to your clients is going to be returned to you in the form of currency that's pay, like that's tangible. You know, it's like it's a currency, it's an energetic exchange. Yours is just emotional and honestly like a rippling effect of like energetic positivity. Like I mean, like that's a huge deal and very, very valuable. You know what I mean? Like that's like worth more than money could ever. Like for me, it's like, would you rather have $100 million? Would I rather have $100 million, never have to worry about money ever again, never have to worry about my kids worrying about money, creating generational wealth for like 5 generations? Would I rather have that or coaching? I would rather have coaching. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like, because I would be miserable without coaching, you know? Like, and my family would be miserable. I would not be in the relationship I am now. I would have no idea how to communicate anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I wouldn't give this for the world. Like, I would rather live out of a cardboard box and have coaching than like have all the money in the world and not have coaching. So that, like, when you think about the value that you're giving your people, to charge them like very small amount of money in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing.
That's why when I get on coaching calls, I'm like, you have no idea how much this is going to change your life. Like, and not even from a place where I'm like I'm like not attached to it. I'm like, it's up to you, but like, this is going to rock your world. I promise you it's going to rock your world.
I'm excited, Megan. I get so excited just because like it changed my life. And I'm just like, I can already see. And that's the thing, like whenever somebody gets like down about something and I'm like, oh, I just want you to like feel good. That's the whole point of like what you were saying about coaching is like, as like an empath or a coach or somebody who's cheering someone on, you're like, I see like how insane you are, like in a good way, like insanely amazing you are. I know where you're going and I know what you want to do. Like I can feel it. And like, we're going to get there. Like, I'm just like, I guess I'm not worried if we're going to get there. I just get like sad. I like separate sometimes like personal, like, oh, from like, no. Like I don't get sad on the call. I just like get a little sad in my heart because I'm like, I know this is going to be great. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So no, and that's why you're going to be such a fucking phenomenal coach. That's why you already are such a phenomenal coach.
So, like, I like how you say you are going to be though, because like I am a coach, but like every day too, and I don't want my clients to see this and be like, does she not know what she's like? I know what I'm doing, but I think like it's such a learning process too of like dealing with my emotions with them and like my care and also coaching them and being
I think that for me, I think that I cross the line too much. Like probably as a coach, like I am in it. Like I am like, I actually had one of my clients tell me he was like she will want your goals more than you will want your goals. He actually said it in our testimonial, and I was like, honestly, yeah, because I'm like you're amazing. Like I can see so much for you, and it breaks my heart sometimes when like people are going through that, and I'm like, oh, but like I think that if I didn't have that level of like belief for them, and like just. I don't think I would be as good of a coach.
You're amazing. And that's also something that like I fell in love with coaching with you because of like, you would really like listen. I mean, obviously your coaches are going to listen to you, but you really listen and you really, really want these things. And you remember this is happening this weekend. You remember this might, you know, this is happening this week. You'll check in. And I really want to be that for my clients too, because it felt so good. Even if you were like, I don't even know what this is that you're auditioning for, whatever,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you still remember that it's something that means a lot to me. And I think that's like the point, like, as I expand onto maybe not just performers, even though that is something that like I really was like, and I still am really invested in, but it shows me that you don't have to know every single thing about every single person's profession or hobbies or passions. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
To be like, yeah.
And Grace, you're smart as fuck. Like, that's a thought that I have myself. And I'm like, that I also want to give to you. Like, you are so smart. You can pick things up very, very quickly. Like, think about like all of your past experience, like with like soccer, with like changing majors, like all the things you've been able to do. You are a fast learner. And I know that, like, for me, I'm like, okay, tell me enough about this situation. I can probably problem solve it because I'm not in the drama of the situation. Like, right now, I'm coaching.
Might make it even better.
I think it does, because then you're not like, oh, she might think that. Like, you're like, oh no. It's like, so one of my clients, she's an executive for it's like a insurance company, and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, here's how I would hire a team, and I'm like, here's how I would do this, and I'm like, that seems pretty good. And I'm like,
yeah,
there you go. And then like another one of my clients, she's like, I think a CEO. So she's something up there, like for an advertising company. Like, I've got these like people who have random jobs, like from all over, like consultants, dentists. Like, I'm like, I just have it is so much fun because I'm like, it's always something different. And also, so this it's also funny because it's also so similar. Because I'm like, oh, I've been through exactly what you've been through, but I can see it with a more clear head.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
But like, if you're thinking about not niching, I don't think that's a bad idea. I would support it.
Cool.
Here's why. When you, let's say, there are 1,000 people that are like super ready to coach with you right now. Like, there are right now. Like, I want you to know that, like, and so contagious. Like, and it's funny because like my mom always said that like I was a sparkle, and we always say like you're a star. And it's like, so it's like, I think we have like a different kind of energy that like people are drawn to, which is like not conceited and like, but like, I think I'm just a very naturally peppy person, and people want to work with people who are not.
Yeah.
Like, and you are too. You're just like, you know, it's like that feeling that like you give to other people. Like, people like working with you. Like, so it's like, I think the second that you open it up, it's like people are gonna want what they've seen you have.
Yeah, my boyfriend was like, I think people would want, like, people now want to work with you, and I know some, and I'm like, but it's like so dumb because I'm like, oh yay, but wait, and it's like, what?
Well, I think it's because you like don't have something you're specifically talking with them about. Like, it's like, I could change your fucking life. Like, I can, and we both have felt that. So it's like, that's great. And that's why I want to talk through the core pillars. And actually, my next client, he said he was going to be 10 to 15 late. So I could actually stay on an extra 10 minutes if you want. And we can talk through that stuff, because I think it'd be helpful for you to see it.
What did you say?
But I think it'd be helpful for you to see how easy your business could be. Like,
Absolutely.
Really, truly, I think it could be very quick, the way that we build business.
Can I ask a question before we go through the pillars?
Yeah. Well, I had stuff to say as well. I was like, I'm not done with you yet.
I'm curious. Shut your pie hole.
No, but tell me.
Well, so we talked about this, but on Instagram, you know, I got my friends, and I post some of my performing and everything like that. And I feel like some performers even use it as like somewhat, you know, marketing for their talent for themselves as performers.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I find it beneficial to, if I start making life coaching posts, put it on make a separate account from my personal /performance.
This goes for everybody?
Uh-huh.
listening to this, hell no. Like, no.
That was an
Okay, and I
emphatic
hear
no.
that, like, I hear that.
What'd you
So
say?
I hear that, like, yours is maybe slightly different because there might be agents that look at your Instagram for your professional experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that's a concern that agents might be looking at it for your executive, like your experience?
Maybe even for my own mind. Now that I'm like wondering why I keep coming back to this question for my own mind, I'm like, should I like separate these things,
Yeah.
separate them to like, to just for myself, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, and actually, I was talking to Rob about this as well. When your business is a business, like for me personally, have you ever had another Instagram account?
I had my Finsta.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, okay,
Really
so with the
big.
right? Okay, so it's like I had a one for like the equity club at Joiner, and then I had one for like I was gonna start selling, like apparently I've like had like kind of like a desire to start selling because I was gonna do meals and moves with Megan. Megan Boop actually helped me come up with that name, but it was like I was just gonna post yoga stuff and like food, but then I realized I like didn't have any unique recipes to share because I was just doing HelloFresh and I was following a yoga. It was like stupid.
No,
Like
it's
it wasn't
so
stupid. It was like,
fun, Megan.
you know, but like it was so much work having
Okay.
like the separate accounts and posting, and I like hated it. And I was like, at this point, I was like, and I'm still gonna post like my Antarctica reel and my Kentucky reel. I swear to God, I'm gonna do it like today or tomorrow. It's gonna happen soon. I'm like, it's just I haven't had a chance to do it yet, and I'm like, God. But like,
So
in
I see what you're saying, I think.
it's just a lot of work,
You just
and it
have
was like,
to like start from scratch instead of just being like, here's my account, you can see who I am, and
yes,
here's additional information about my coaching. Here are
and
some
you
posts
have
about what
people
I want.
that are already following you that come
Yeah,
and work with you. Because imagine, Grace, when I had
that's great.
seriously considered doing this when I first started my business because I was going to coach kids. Remember,
Yeah,
if I had started a separate Instagram for kids coaching, you never would have worked with me.
that's really okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and so it's
Yeah.
like the universe has given you a plethora of humans that already, and
They
the
already
thing for
know
you,
me.
it's so the three things that you have with marketing, they call it like I forget what they're called, but it's like there's the know, KNOW, they know you,
Mhm.
they like you, and they trust you. So if you already have the know, like, and trust factor, you are how many, let me see how many followers you got, but like every single one of those humans already knows you, likes you, and trusts you.
Mhm.
So it's like that would be putting out, and what we call, you'll learn, I'll teach you of course, but like you've got like cold leads with people that don't know you at all. Then there are warm leads that they like you but they don't have that trust factor yet. And then there are hot leads who are people who are like, I know her, I like her, I trust her, I'm ready to buy from her. So
Yeah.
by having a background of like you as a performer and just like of your general life and like how cute you are and just like adorable and all that jazz, it's like people who don't know you and like say you put Grace Hamashima life coach on your page, they can go back and be like, oh my God, I kind of like, it's like I know her. I feel like I'm getting to know her. And then
Okay.
they'll start to like you. And then when you start posting like testimonials and things, like I'm for sure going to do one for you, then they'll start to trust you. And then it's like, and like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not sure if you've gotten any, now that you have life coach on your page, I'm not sure if you have any new followers
Mhm.
that have joined, but maybe they have, and you don't even know
Mhm.
it, that were specifically looking for a life coach that followed you, you know? So you have 1,452 people that already have the know and like factor. They just have to start trusting you as a coach. Boom.
Love it.
Okay,
Question
so that's my 2 cents.
answered.
Questions answered. And I'm just so fucking excited for you to get out there, like, and have like more coach friends. Like, it's so fun having like coach friends. Like, that's why I do 200K and stuff like that, because I'm like, we're bouncing ideas off of each other like all the
Yeah.
time. But like, you're like my best friend and a coach
Yes.
friend, and it's like if we could have all,
My
oh
best
my God, Grace, we're gonna
friend.
all the time.
I'm
It's
so
great.
cool.
Okay, so here's which you're amazing. Okay, so when we're thinking about building you a signature like business as a general, and I think that you should stay general, like this, which he sends, you can have a like I'll talk to you about, because like I had a career niche, but it was like it could apply to anybody. So when I was thinking about my business, I thought about what kind of things I wanted to teach in my business. And I was like, well, I've got the model. That's something I definitely want to teach people. I want to teach them how to manage their mind. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, okay, I also want to teach them how to do Monday Hour One, which is like that, because I was like, that calendaring thing, like that changed my fucking life. I was like, okay, I need to teach them that. And then something that we didn't do, but like something that I do with a lot of people, was like the 10-year plan. Mm-hmm. And like thinking like forward to the future, getting that. And then another one was like boundaries, and being like, hey, like you need to have a work-life boundary, like it's important. So I thought about like what, and you can go about this in a bunch of different ways, mm-hmm. but I thought about like what I wanted to teach them. And then I was like, okay, if I want to teach them, and you'll see it here, it's called the process. So it's like the unintentional to intentional model, Monday Hour One, boundaries, and real life. So those are the four first things that I wanted to teach my people.
Yes.
I was like, what is the problem that the unintentional model and intentional model solves for? And I was like, they're feeling stressed. Solves the root cause of stress. They're actually going to enjoy their lives. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, okay, let me just do that for the other ones. Let me just think about like what's a 2:00 p.m. problem they have that Monday Hour One could solve for. They're feeling overwhelmed. Learn how to calendar. They'll feel organized and focused. With boundaries, they work outside of work hours. They will know how to stop working when the day's over. They'll enjoy their life outside of work. They don't know what their future looks like. They will create a foggy future vision. They will live into the life they always wanted. Boom. And I was like, okay, like that's so simple. Like I literally, and I was talking about this stuff for a full fucking year, Grace. I was talking about this for a year, like a year and a half. And then I was like, I literally was like, oh, I help burnout, which is stress. I help time management, work-life balance, and long-term plan.
Okay. Those are your four.
Those were my four. And you can take them if you want. Like I was like, I'm not using them anymore. And mm-hmm. Or we could create like things that you found really beneficial with coaching. But then I was like, okay, now I just need to name it. Like I'm just gonna name it. And I was like, I work with people, and I was like, well, I really like talking to people about their careers. So I was like, I'll call it the Career Fulfillment Initiative. And Grace, my sales doubled.
Woo!
Literally just because I was like, I called it a name. It was the same shit that I was doing. The exact same shit. It was just organized in a better way. And I would talk about burnout for a week, and time management for a week in my marketing, and work-life balance for a week. And I like had my marketing in a cycle. So anyone that was like, oh, I have a problem with burnout, I should go to Megan. Oh, I need time management, I should go to Megan. She's organized as fuck. Like whatever it is.
I love that. So, and I love saying each week, because when I'm planning
your marketing, that's what you're like, I don't know what to post on Insta. You talk about that.
Okay. I love, because I do have my 4 pillars.
What are they? Shut up. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Okay. So we have the stress management, which can go along with like thought downloads and thought models. And then career growth is my next pillar.
That. I forgot that we made this for you. It's been too long.
Yeah. So we made my pillars, but having like a name that encompasses what I'm doing is something I don't have yet.
Let's do it.
Past versus future focused. That actually helped me so much.
Yes.
To look up past, hardships or wounds.
Yes.
And then work-life balance.
Amazing. So we've got stress management, career growth, past versus future focus, and what was the last one?
Work-life balance.
Okay. So
I'm wondering if they're even in the right order.
They're actually, for one-on-one, it doesn't need to be in an order. It can flow throughout. The only thing I would maybe add is this past versus future focus. Instead of it calling the pillar past versus future focus, what problem does that solve? When you did the past versus future focus, what problem did you have that you needed that?
I think, I'm trying to think of a simple way, but just like working, or hardships or something I saw as a failure that was holding me back from like achieving. It's hard to say.
No, I get it.
So like
Keep spitballing it with me.
yeah, just brain vomit.
Yep.
This
is my favorite.
Like let go of past events that were like currently holding me back, currently stifling me, keeping me stuck.
There we go. I think so. And like when you talk about it, you can be like,
that you don't want to like fix, but you need to like move on.
No, we just need to be clear that like
I know
the stuck, I think that's like more so what it is. But like when I think about like we would just need to have a very clear difference between career growth and being stuck. You could also have 3 pillars. Like we could have career. When you talk about career growth, what do you teach them to help them with the career growth?
That actually are the unintentional and intentional models that I start can like affect the career the most because like start like putting in chances and go from there. That's like what changed the game for me.
Yeah. What I did is I had burnout was the unintentional model and confidence was the intentional model. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking for you too.
Okay. Burnout was the unintentional. Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess past versus future focus could be in career growth.
I'm thinking it could be in career growth, and then you only have 3 pillars to cycle through, and that actually makes it even faster.
Oh,
like,
I like that a lot because, I would say that with my career growth, focusing on past things that I didn't want to think about helped me propel forward and understand that they were the past.
Yes.
Understand that they weren't they were bad, but they weren't, you know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean. And I think that like with your people, like, and then the thing that we just have to be like careful of is like getting into coach speak. And that's why I think that if you think about like what's their problem, like within each of these, I think that'll be really helpful. And we'll talk about through that. And then once we talk through that, then you're going to be able to be like, oh, I know what to name this program, I think. So if we go through like stress management, why were you feeling stressed? What was the problem when you first started coaching that you felt really stressed? You needed that.
Oh, just like as a client?
Yeah, as a person. And like, because what happens is you are going to be talking to you a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember. So lots of anxiety and stress around what this person thinks of me. Why did I say that? So mine were more down. I have so much going on. I'll never be able to get this done. I'm not good enough at this job. I'm gonna like, just like confidence.
Yep. So it may, instead of confidence, that the problem is like, would you say that I would never say that, I would not describe you as insecure at all. Like even would you have that?
Not now.
But like 2 years ago, would you have described yourself as insecure?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when we always say things like insecure, it's like, that's your person. They're like feeling insecure. When you know that they're like fucking awesome, you're like, you shouldn't be insecure. Look at you. It's like, but like, so I'm going to say instead of insecure, like they're lacking confidence. So it's like confidence. And I think because then people can identify with that without feeling like offended. If you're like, are you feeling insecure and like a piece of shit? And
are
like,
you
insecure? I don't know. It's like, I feel like no. So it's like, the way that I'm going to show you the whole thing. I feel like it'll be easier. Okay. So then what did you like, what will you do, know, learn, or understand based from, it's like from that. It's like you learn.
You will. I
like
think
to think
you'll get to
like,
a place where you love yourself, respect yourself, and like love yourself and respect yourself.
Okay. and I love that, but
But
I do think those are kind of coach speaky terms. Like, it's
yeah,
like, it's like
it's
self-love,
like,
and like
okay,
for me, I wouldn't have resonated. There are people that will resonate with you,
yeah,
but to appeal to a broader audience, especially at the beginning, what I would recommend is thinking about like when you're I feel like when we first start talking about coaching, and I'll talk you through how to do a consult like some month
yeah,
in, feel free to come back on for that too. But what I did is when I was doing a consult and things like that, like what I found is that like people don't want to be sold, even if you will give them that like the perfect future. They just want to be sold like a step ahead from where they are. Like
yeah,
they like, so it's like instead of being like, it's like a lot of times on a consult people will be like, oh my god, I'm just so stressed, I feel like I can't think, I feel like I'm gonna throw up every time I go on stage, like whatever they're saying to you. And it's like, okay, where do you want to be 6 months from now? Let's say your program 6 months. Then they'll be like, I just want to go on stage and not feel like I'm going to die every time. You're like, great. Okay, that's where they want to go. So instead of being like, you're going to go up on stage and feel insanely confident and you're going to be perfect
yeah,
in every way, the way that you want to sell it is to something that's more realistic,
yeah,
that's very achievable.
yeah.
So it's like you will learn how to, and like the whole pillar is stress management. So I'm trying to think about another word. It's like, but another word for manage. Um, how to control your anxiety and negative thoughts. So you I'm just gonna say you learn how to control anxiety, negative thoughts, because this is in
Yeah.
and the source of negative thoughts. It's like you're gonna, and I'm gonna say you're gonna learn how to control your anxiety, and what did I say for it? I said get the root cause. You're gonna solve for the root cause.
Yeah.
Root
Like
cause.
discover and solve the root cause of your anxiety.
Yeah. So it's like you're gonna learn how to discover and solve the root cause of your anxiety and stress. And then what you can say is like, why is that important? It's like they are going to like, you will feel in control of your anxiety and stress, and learn how to, like, what's the flip side of like not like you'll never be anxious again. I think of like you'll feel in control, and like it's like solve for, it's like, why was that important for them?
And oh my gosh.
You know what I'm trying to, you do,
Yeah, I
you
know
get what
exactly
I'm
what
like,
you're trying to say.
it's like
like anxiety won't control your life.
yeah, it's like, so you'll feel, and like anxiety won't
Like
control.
anxiety will no longer like control your
Yeah,
life.
you will feel in control of your anxiety, so anxiety won't control you anymore. I
Yeah.
think that's how, like, that could be a fucking catchphrase.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I think it sounds really good. And
Yeah.
so I would say that like the process, people don't really know what thought downloads and unintentional models are. So what we need to do is we need to think about a process that's like intriguing, that's like, it's like naming it, and say it's something that's like the method, the system, the the guide, it's like
tools.
Well, I'm thinking about like the like something stress, not stress. It's like me like what's the opposite of anxiety?
Peace.
The peace guide? No. Like, so it's
The
like
peace guide.
the peace guide. It's like, because like Monday Hour One is pretty like that's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Boundaries I sometimes went with like
I'm trying to think about what we would call these models. So
I
like
call reprogramming your subconscious. That could work.
am I taking them? because that's
so if you're
cute.
thinking about reprogramming your subconscious, like, so you would have to just explain it a bit and be like, I know that you think your stress is coming from outside sources. Rewiring your subconscious. Yeah, so it's like
reprogramming.
It's like rewiring your subconscious. I think that could be a great one.
Or
so it's like
rewiring your thoughts.
Rewiring your thoughts. Or a thought, like the thought rewiring system or something like the something like that. Like it's like, because rewiring your thought, that implies enough. So it's like we want to make it something that's like
people don't know like what, because right now on my pillar it does say like unintentional and intentional models,
you know, and I say that too. And so I'm like trying to think of like, and I'm like, rewiring your thoughts I think would be great, because then it's like you could explain to them that like anxiety, the thing is, do your people think that anxiety, can they hear, like for me, when I first started coaching, I didn't even know that I had thoughts. I thought people who were like talking to themselves in their head were crazy people. Like, that's to the level of like unaware that I was. Thank God for Jackie Murphy. But it was like within my business, I was like, do they know that they have thoughts that they need rewiring? Or we could do like rewiring your anxiety. That might be more tangible for them, because they know they feel anxiety.
I think rewiring your anxiety
or rewiring your stress or something like that, because it's all about, it's like I kind of like rewiring your anxiety, because you are, but it doesn't require as much explanation. Because like if you do it rewiring your thoughts, you have to explain to them that the anxiety is causing their thoughts.
Their thoughts are the reason.
They probably don't know that yet. So I was like, so I think rewiring your anxiety.
Okay, I love that.
I think this is beautiful. And I think still calling it stress management, even though we talked a lot about anxiety, I think is totally fine. You know what I mean? Like because I think that within, you know what I mean? It's like they're stressed because they're anxious.
Yeah, stress management is very like, everybody has stress.
Everybody has stress. So that's
why learn how to like deal with that and manage it.
And you have a person
to improve your
and like you can speak more to the anxiety side of things, but if you get someone on your on a consult that's like just talking about stress and they don't mention anxiety at all, just call it rewiring your stress.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like we just want to make sure that like, okay, but I fucking love this. This is so good. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so for career growth, they feel stuck in their career. What else is their problem for career growth right now?
Stuck in their problem, or like stuck in their, so they feel stuck in their like career,
in their situation. You could say stuck in their situation.
Yeah,
of course.
They would. What did you say?
I'm going to share these notes with you, of course.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because I went back to my little thing. They feel they have no control.
Yes.
And that is like, I think that's why I was, and I still am I'm drawn to performers. I know a lot of people feel they have no control, but like in terms of waiting to hear if you were cast.
Like for me, I like would talk a lot about like, the funny thing was like, even for this last launch, I was planning on doing a general, I was planning on just doing all entrepreneurs, and I ended up getting all coaches accidentally. Like, I mean, it was like not planned. And I was like, okay, universe, I'm taking a sign. But when you speak in your marketing, you can speak directly to waiting and still serve a greater audience. Like, even though I'm still talking to them, I randomly had that, like the VP of marketing come out, and like other random people came out anyway. So it was like, okay, like
it's amazing.
Cool. So I think just talking about like specifically in your marketing, you can talk about waiting, but I think that your problem sentence is stuck in their situation and feel out of control in their career is enough. Yeah. And then what are you going to solve for them? How, like, what do they want to learn? No, do or understand from working with you?
They're going to, let's see. A lot of this is still thought-based, though. I realized when I wrote it
this is unintentional versus intentional and past versus future. All of it's thought based. That's all of my stuff too. Yes, I teach you Monday or one that was like the only kind of tactical one, but everything else was all thoughts too.
Yeah, but I also think I should like add in here, because so much of what helped me with my career is changing my thoughts. So like everything has to do with your mind, but I think
that it's just going to be like, we'll speak to that in a way that other people understand. Because like when you first saw me talking, you were essentially like, you didn't know that my thoughts had changed. You were just like, whatever happened to you, something changed and I want that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And, so, and then when you heard me talk about my you were like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like to get people in, you don't want to be like, I'm a thought manager. Yeah. They'll be like, they're not Googling thought manager. You know what I mean? It's like the thought changer, the thought empowerer. It's like no one looks up that.
Right.
But if they're looking up career, if they're looking up stress, if they're looking up balance, you will pop up as their first, like, it's called search engine optimization. So like think about like what would they Google to solve for feeling stuck in their career?
They would Google like
it's like it could even be like you will learn how to get unstuck and
plans for your career.
Sorry, what did you say?
To make like very specific goal-oriented plans that you can control to move forward in your career.
Yeah, that will feel that's gonna be your
line. I was gonna keep going.
Keep going.
Like while managing, because it's also the past versus future, but I don't have to say that in the title.
I wouldn't, because they don't understand that. They're like, no, the reason it's like I'm upset because I didn't get the part.
Yeah.
No,
while maintaining a healthy and while maintaining a something mindset.
Or like maybe like ambition. Like it's like ambition. It's like, because they don't like they don't know it's their mind. They think that it's like they are just really ambitious and it's not working. But it's like, I think that like it's like, so for the solution I have, you will learn how to get unstuck and create plans for your career. And then why that's important, you will feel in control of your future.
Yeah.
While maintaining a healthy, and we can say mindset there.
Mindset, or I do like what you said, like motivation, drive,
ambition, or like
passion.
While maintaining a healthy passion, or
mindset.
Let's just keep it mindset. I'm just gonna put it here as like an italics, like or like what, like they still want to feel good. Like what do they want to feel? Instead of maintaining a healthy mindset, they want to maintain a healthy,
happy.
Yeah, they want to feel happy.
While
a positive attitude, positive outlook. Do as a like, so it's like you will feel in control of your of your future while maintaining a positive mind outlook. Maybe we don't want to have, because they're not always going to feel positive. We'll just have healthy mindset, because healthy implies that it could be healthy. Doesn't always imply that it's positive, because they're not going to feel happy all the time. Yeah, I like that. We're keeping it. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to think of a word that we can use to describe your process for career growth. So you could do like the career plan. You could do, I kind of like that. Even though it's their mindset.
Journey?
The career journey. Well, we want to imply, so what happens is when people get on consult calls, you're going to be using these words when you do a consult. So what you want to do is you want to have something that feels tangible, because a lot of coaching is not tangible. Like it's a lot of like the journey, the initiative, the you see what I mean? It's like you want to have something that's like specific. It's like the method, the system, the guide, the plan, like something that like they can actually hold on to. Like, oh, there is an actual set process to make my career grow. Like, yeah, I would love to feel in control of my future while maintaining a healthy mindset, but how? It's like, oh, I'm going to specifically talk you through a career plan. We're going to create, it's like it could be something like, see what I'm saying though? Like it could be something like,
I'm thinking about what
it's like I was thinking about like curated or like the individualized career plan, or it's like something that like they can see that like the customized career plan.
What did you say?
The customized career plan.
Customized career plan, your specific career plan. I don't know which one sounds better.
Your specific career plan too.
Yeah.
As long as they hear that there's a plan, that you are going to talk them through a plan.
Yeah.
And you will through their mindset. But if you just say that like you're just gonna feel unstuck and you're gonna have plans for your career, it's gonna be great. They're like, yeah, but like, how are we actually gonna do that? It's like, no, we're gonna figure out what is stopping you from having a career plan right now. It's like there's something from your past that's actually holding you back. So when we create your customized career plan, we've got to discover what happened in your past that has screwed up your career plan in the future.
And it's making you afraid of your future if you do this. Yeah,
exactly. And so we have to clean that up, and then we're going to be able to envision a bigger and better future for you because you clean that up.
Cool.
And then you'll say that on like even in posts and things like that to like talk about like how it is mindset focused, but like just give them the word, like it is a plan. It's a specific plan, but it's a plan based on their past that you don't need to say it's based on your past until you're like into a post or on a consult with you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Amazing. And then last but not least, work-life balance. What is the problem that they have right
now? Feels like you don't have anything. Feels like your work and your life are the same. That's the problem.
Yep. So what do you solve for them? What will they do, learn, know, and understand how to do?
I think that this calls for, this does call for like talking about Monday hour 1, and like more things like you set them up with a good calendar. You walk them through how to plan their weeks, and you actually like look at how much they take work home with them. How much like, and you can really get down to, that can also call for a thought download. Is it weird that the thought download's in more than one?
The thought download should be in all of them.
Yeah.
Like,
because like,
you know what I mean?
If you wake up and you like do thought work and you see like basically 95% about your work, which is also why I really am drawn to performers again, because it's so much like you are a performer. That's who I am.
Yeah. And that's like, and I think it's amazing. And so it's like, you're going to see how much work they will take home with them. And it's like,
and how much they think about it.
Yeah. It's like, and instead of like to see, it's like I like the word audit or evaluate. Like, so feel free to like to play with those words, how much they take home with them, mentally and physically. And then they will remove the amount it's like the why is like they will learn how to manage the like it's like they will change the work. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also like relationships too, not just romantic, but like all relationships. But I don't know if like that falls in this pillar. Do you know what I mean? Because like work-life balance, you can learn like, I don't know though, is that like taking on too much for one pillar?
It's taking on too much for one pillar. You can make it a separate pillar, or you could just think on it and marinate. You know what I mean? And be like, okay, what would be? I'm just gonna add you an extra pillar of relationships, because I think I like relationships a lot, but I think it'd be too much for one pillar. And I'm gonna make it darker. So you see that like if you want to think through it, and then like feel free. And also in this like comments feed, I don't know if it'll show up in the group, but like feel free to message in the group or something, because like I would love for more people to like hear what other people are asking about, because I think it would help other people too. Like I think that other people are like not knowing what to talk about, and like I think if you ask that question, it would be really helpful. Like it's like, okay, I'm thinking about relationships, I want to talk about them more, but like I don't know what to say. I can help you solve that after this, because we'll probably have to go with another client, because I want to name your offer first. So it's like they will learn how to manage their work day so they leave work at work and maybe or they can enjoy their lives outside of work.
Yes.
Their lives.
Enjoy their lives and separate themselves from their work.
I love it.
Separate themselves from their work and enjoy their lives outside of work. I don't know.
I love it. No, it's like I'm gonna say they'll learn how to manage their work day. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna learn how to manage their work day to the solution. So they will manage their work day and then
be able to like separate themselves from their work.
It's like they will learn how to separate themselves from their career. I'm just going to use the word career.
Okay.
So they can enjoy their lives outside work. Just so you didn't have work.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like to have redundant. Okay, so when you're thinking about this program as a whole, this is where you can go journey, initiative, like something like the growth initiative is something that someone did. And what I like to do is
the word journey.
I like the word journey too.
Sorry, I think I cut you off. What were you saying?
Well, it's like who it's for, adjective, and then a result or program. So you could do like journey to like the it's just journey, like
let's see.
Like if you were describe your people.
Well, is journey to your highest self kind of woo-woo?
Yes, but you
yeah.
I think that could work. I think highest self has become more mainstream. But think about something
or like the best version of yourself.
No, I would say that I help people go on a journey to become their highest self. Like that's a high help statement. What would people Google to find you?
Gosh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, what
like
time period do you want to do? Do you want to do 6 months?
I want to do a year.
I love this. What if it's something like the annual
1 year journey? Or yeah.
It's like so. It's like your I help statement is I help people journey to their highest self. So what because I don't think that people are Googling journey.
Okay. Yeah.
But they might be and they could. You could do like the annual, like I'm trying to think of other words for year, but like annual journey, the annual reset, the annual it's like this is the year everything changes.
Yeah. Like the best year of your life.
Yeah.
This will be the best year of your life.
And we just need to create like a 3-word program. And also just be careful about like selling best year of your life because then people are really like, if it's not the best year, it's like
so true.
It's like that's why I said everything changes. It's like something like that. But like this is so close. Like you are like literally like, but you see like you're right there.
Yeah, I am.
And so it's like, what's another word for change?
Growth.
The growth year? If you just put the word "the" in front of anything, it works.
Thrive, change, transform.
Transform, I like. 12-month transformation.
Yeah, that's hot, Megs.
It's hot. I fucking love that.
That's hot, Megan.
The 12-month transformation. I help people journey to their highest self.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Megan, you're good.
I love this. Like, and actually, you know why I thought of it? I was gonna name my program the 10-month transformation, but I'd like 12-month even better. And I didn't.
Do you still want to use that though? Because that's hot.
No, I'm doing a 6-month program.
That's true.
I love you. Okay, I have my clients here, but I love you. This was awesome. Everybody, not coaching next week, but come on in 2 weeks, and I'll see you. Love you guys. This was so fun.